What's up guys, I'm Phoenix Master 1 and welcome for some Summoner Duels R. So this week I was able to reach rank 1 in Summoner Duels R with my free-to-play account using this team. And we do have Erosion as the captain skill, so this just negates the save skills, which is pretty much very strong. And this does allow you to have some pretty degenerate strategies because they can only use the save tank to protect their team. So this map really incentivizes the use of cavalry units. There's no trenches, nothing like that. So I'm using my boy Brave Seliph, and recently I did pull a plus attack Seliph from the free Choose Your Legends Hero Fest tickets, and I decided to ascend a speed asset because I really use them so much in Summoner Duels and in Ether Raids, and in Ether Raids defense is so much that it's worth it. So he's going to be doing a lot of killing. And then I've also got another Cavalier in Brave Chrom, who is the second half of Seliph basically, because these two are just so strong together. So he can copy the +1 movement and null follow up from Seliph and be really strong. And then Conga Line team is, just activated by the duo button of Duo Dagr. So not only she can provide pathfinder, but also give that to everyone with their duo button. And then finally I've got my duo Thorr for the opposing Brave Selifs and stuff like Legendary Yuri, who even though can neutralize the stalled status in a way, he still doesn't really get the extra movement. And he's one of the bonus units. And Duo Thorr is just really strong with that AoE damage and also with her duo button, which is so helpful. So I'm just running her for that. And then I do have my Duo Askr as the captain who's going to be taking advantage of the Erosion captain skill. And he's really powerful tank and can also, just destroy units with that bonfire. So I'm just running the base kit. So that is my team, and let us move on to the replays. I didn't really lose any match with this team. I still have all of my lives, as you can see. I'm not running any kind of far save myself because it is Erosion week, so a lot of nukes can just negate my far save anyways. And that's kind of awkward with this team. This team is really offensive in nature, just going into the opponent's range and killing everything. And I'm not really going to be playing much defensively, so that's why no far saver needed this week. This was the first match which I had for this week, and I was facing a Legendary Yuri with Erosion. So like I said, I'm not running far save because this is the exact scenario. A lot of Legendary Yuris with Erosion. So this is a +1 Legendary Yuri with Special Spiral 4 and Hardy Bearing. They've also got Brave Chrom with Attack Speed Clash 4 and also the Alarm Attack Speed. So definitely quite a bit of investment here. Special Spiral, Duo Askr, and then Speed Preempt, Duo Dagr with Guidance 4. And then they have another Guidance 4 in this rearmed Ingrid, who also has Guard Bearing 4. And she's +2 merge, so Guidance 4 is just insane skill in Summoner Duels. As you can see with my team's placement, I've put Brave Seliph away from Duo Askr, who's the slowest unit on my team. Even Duo Thorr is faster than him, so Duo Askr is just going to be attracting the stalled status from Duo Thorr. So I was kind of wary of that, just as a countermeasure against stall, so that my Brave Seliph doesn't really get slowed down. But I don't really face too many Duo Thorrs, but at least this was pretty much how I started. So they do get the first action and they pop their duo skill to pre-charge their special. I just repositioned my Brave Seliph, and then they do threaten my team with Guidance 4 Legendary Yuri. So I had to move my Seliph there so that I can, destroy that obstacle and also be outside of his range. So I did that, and I also draw back with my Dagr so that I'm outside of the range. Duo Askr is in the range of their Yuri, and I don't really have any kind of counter control, so this Yuri can just go wild against my team. So Duo Askr is gonna get killed by their captain. Definitely a lot of good points for them, but I can reposition my Seliph now, and their team is in danger because Seliph can just go ham. I also have exposure on them, so that's even more damage. They do draw back with Ingrid and block the path, and I had to attack with my Duo Dagr so that I can get past the 60% damage reduction from her Guard Bearing 4, and now I can kill her with my Duo Chrom, not Duo Chrom, Brave Chrom. So that's why I had to attack her with my Duo Dagr. I do reposition my Duo Dagr outside of their Duo Dagr's range, and now this is the perfect moment to pop my Duo skill from Duo Thorr, just to stall out and see what they do. So that's why I used that. The movement debuff on Yuri doesn't really mean much because he can still teleport with the Guidance 4 of their Duo Dagr. They use their pathfinder, I just go on to the other side, and now that is the perfect chance for me to use my own pathfinder. So I'm gonna use that because I can pretty much try and win this turn. As you can see, a lot of duo button spam happening, but that's pretty much a lot of Summoner Duels many times because duo buttons are really helpful and very good. So I use my Pathfinder and I put my Duo Thorr here. So look at the reach on this Brave Seliph. You don't want to mess with that. There's not much they can do other than run away because everyone is kind of in danger. So they reposition, foul play their Duo Askr and put him in the safe range over here as I get the kill on their Duo Askr and Duo Dagr. So that's 2 kills on 2 of their very important units. And now whoever they kill, I can also get another kill basically. So they choose to kill my Seliph with their Brave Chrom, as I can just kill him and just run back with the trace skill, and there's not much they can do with this Yuri remaining as their last unit, so they surrender. That was the first match. This match was against a raid boss, Ascended Mareeta, that is present at +10 merge. So they have got this Ascended Mareeta here with Legendary Male Robin giving the grand strategy, and then Aversa debuffing the enemies, and then Legendary Eliwood giving the bonus doubler, Null Panic, and Kanto. Ninin is there as their dancer, and she does have the Pulse Tie skill, but Odd Pulse Tie is not really as good as Even Pulse Tie in Summoner Duels at the very least. So they do get the first turn, and I do use my Duo skill here with my Duo Askr so that I can pre-charge my special. I wanted to do that so that I can pretty much try and kill their other units. So basically my plan against raid boss teams on this map was to make it so that I dance around their raid boss unit and kill their friends, because I'm still going to be winning if they cannot catch up to my cavaliers and I kill all of their other units. And that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing. So this map does allow for that. So I don't think raid bosses are the strongest on this map. And I also have Duo Thorr. So their Mareeta is going to get smited there. I'm just going to reposition my Seliph, and now like their support units are in the threat range, so there's not much they can do. I'm gonna get rid of the bonus doubler guy, and they just smite Mareeta deep into my range. I do use my Duo skill from Duo Thorr, but still not enough to kill this Mareeta. Still I go for the damage honestly, just so that I can get that. So yeah, they are gonna be trying to kill one of my units, but still I can run with the other. They choose to kill my Duo Dagr, but that's fine. I can just try and kill their Legendary Male Robin. So they had, like, if they decided to kill my Brave Chrom with their Legendary Male Robin, I would have been able to just run away with the units here. So they decided to kill one of my units with their captain. The raid boss support for this +10 Mareeta has gone tremendously down. So yeah, I can just kill their Aversa here, and not much they can do. I can easily run away, and this Mareeta can hardly catch up. So that was the +10 raid boss Ascended Mareeta, and Brave Cavaliers just dancing around her team. In this match, I'm facing a team with Duo Elise as their captain with Erosion, and Duo Elise is definitely really powerful, and they've got a solid team here with Brattle Catria with Guidance 4. So Guidance 4 is extremely good, especially on this map. They also have their Duo Duma with Miracle, so you can be really bulky and survive. And then they have Duo Askr, who can pre-charge that Miracle. And they also have Duo Chrom here with Canto Control. But Canto Control doesn't really matter because this team relies heavily on trading pretty much the kills and trading them the right way so that you can just get rid of the units which are annoying to your team, and then you're left with the favorable position where the enemy is going to be having a tougher time taking care of the remaining units. So that's the role of Brave Seliph and Brave Chrom essentially. So I'm gonna pop my Duo skill here to pre-charge the special. As you can see, at first I was kind of wary of putting Askr and Seliph nearby, because if I run into Duo Thorr, then stalled status is gonna be on my Seliph. But I wasn't really facing any kind of Duo Thorr, so I figured might as well put him in the middle and give Seliph the Resonance Shields and Resonance Blades. So I repositioned my Seliph as per usual. They have Guidance here, and they put their Catria here, so I decided to threaten their team by destroying this obstacle with my Aerobatics Dagr. This Duo Chrom can surely, come and kill my Duo Dagr, but that's a trade in my book because I would just get rid of their Canto Control unit. And they also know that, so they do swap the places and put Brattle Catria away from the danger zone. And I can actually go ahead and kill this Duo Duma, but at this point it doesn't really help me because they would just revenge kill my Duo Chrom with their Chrom or Duo Askr. So I decided to not kill this Duo Duma here and instead decided to go ahead and destroy this obstacle here with my Brave Chrom, as you can see. So I decided to do that so that now I can just pop the duo skill of my Duo Dagr. They do decide to 2-change fade their Elise here, which does give me more space. So I'm just gonna pop my duo skill here to get the pathfinder on most of my units except for Duo Thorr. And then I just do the reposition because they decided to move away with the Brattle Catria. I was not doing that at first because this Duo Chrom could just kill my Seliph with the triangle attack. But because this Duo Chrom is no longer going to be having 2 allies within 2 spaces, he doesn't really get the triangle attack. So them retreating with Brattle Catria definitely opens up that opportunity for me. So now Seliph is threatening their team really hard. And they decided to go back with their Duo Chrom so that they could trigger Canto Control. But again, Canto Control doesn't really matter because like I said, we do trade the kills. And as long as I'm trading the kills in my favor, this team is winning. They get the revenge kill with their Duo Elise, but that's fine. I can just kill their Duo Duma, and now a Duo Dagr can definitely kill, you know, any of their units if they are in the range, and Duo Duma can only protect. And I can just retreat a little bit and then draw back with Duo Dagr. They do decide to surrender. Would have probably taken care of their team with Duo Askr because Duo Chrom doesn't really do much to Duo Askr, and Duo Thorr would have used their Duo button to get rid of their triangle attack. So that was definitely something I could have done later on. This match was against a +10 Winter Lysthia. They also have Legendary Yuri as their captain with Erosion. Pretty standard stuff for this season. So here they've got this +10 Lysthia, very impressive with Speed Preempt and Speed Smoke 4 with Ruptured Sky. They also have Legendary Yuri with Luna, and then Duo Dagr at +1 merge. And they also have Shez here, +2 merge with Speed Preempt. So 2 speed preempts here, and they have got their Duma with Sacred Cowl, Mirror Stance, and Distant Counter. Again, this doesn't really matter for Duo Askr as I do have Erosion. So I'm just going to be popping my Duo skill with Askr to pre-charge my special and just to see what they do. They use the Duo skill of their Duo Dagr, which is fine because I can still maneuver around their units and not be in the threat range of their team, as you can see. So they made a pretty big mistake here in forgetting that Erosion is a thing. So this Duma is not protecting this Lysthia over here. So I can just pop this Lysthia with my Duo Askr, and that's why I positioned my Duo Askr here the last turn, because Pathfinder is going to enable me to do that. So I'm just going to take out their Lysthia there as they break that obstacle with Duma. And then they can get the revenge kill with their Shez. But I can safely kill this Duo Duma with my Brave Seliph and just retreat, and they surrender after that because it's kind of hard to come back from there when I have both of my Cavaliers alive. And there's also Dagr who can pop her Duo skill, so it's gonna be really hard for them. This match was against a Ninja Camilla and also Duo Mark, and I think this was the last life of my opponent because they have Micaiah and she's the bonus unit, so there's no other good reason to run Micaiah on a team like this unless you're going to be using your last life with the bonus unit. So they do have Duo Mark here, so that is the encounter with the stall status, and they also have Brave Veronica with Hatari Azura. So I'm gonna start by just popping my Duo skill because they cannot really out-threaten me, and I'm gonna go ahead and reposition my Brave Seliph as per usual as my opener, and Aerobatics Duo Dagr can just destroy that obstacle and have, you know, Seliph extend his threat range. They do reposition their Veronica out of the way, otherwise I could just kill her. And now only this one obstacle is stopping my team from, you know, just taking out their units. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop my Duo skill here of Dagr, getting the Pathfinder, and I can just draw back my Brave Seliph. And look at this reach. I have all the reach I want, and I can just kill this Mark. I don't really want this Mark to be around, so I'm gonna be aiming to get rid of him with my Seliph. And Seliph cannot really take out Ninja Camilla either way, so that is my chance. I'm fine with losing my Brave Seliph there. I just repositioned my Duo Askr. Interestingly, my Brave Chrom was killing this Ninja Camilla, but I decided to just go ahead and kill this Ninja Camilla with my Duo Askr. So there's no extra resistance for her so that she can like do anything to Duo Askr. And then Veronica gets the revenge kill, but that's fine. I can just reposition my Duo Dagr. And Veronica dies here either way, so they go on the offensive with their Hatari Azura and kill my Duo Dagr. As I'm just gonna kill their Hatari Azura and then kill Veronica, and not much they can do with this lone Micaiah here against the cavalry might of Brave Chrom and also Duo Dagr. The final turn, and that is pretty much it. This match was against another Legendary Yuri with Erosion, and Legendary Yuri as the captain. So yeah, I definitely faced quite a bit of Legendary Yuris. They've also got a couple of duo units here. They've got Duo Askr with this new weapon refine and Special Spiral 4. He's basically like a blue Duo Askr, and he also has Infantry Pulse. So they can just try and pre-charge the lethality of this captain, Legendary Yuri, and he does a wind sweep. And then they also have Winter Cordelia with Flow and Trace and Odd Tempest, and Duo Dagr with Speed Preempt at +1 merge. So they start by putting their Alfonse there as I pop my duo skill to pre-charge the specials. And they also pop the duo skill of their duo Alfonse so that they can pre-charge the lethality of Yuri. As I can just reposition my Seliph here and use the aerobatics of Duo Dagr to break this obstacle and threaten their Alfonse with my Seliph. So they had to reposition him right there. They moved their Brave Chrom here, but I can just break this obstacle as well with my Brave Chrom. And now just so much range of Seliph and Brave Chrom here as they retreat, and I get the zone points. So this team can definitely force you to retreat, and as you can see with the stalled status, I do affect their Yuri, so their threat range is decreased, and I can just draw back with my Duo Dagr, and Brave Seliph is going to be having the range to kill, you know, anyone on their team basically. So they're going to be surrendering because they figured it would be kind of annoying, I suppose. And yeah, to be fair, this team is definitely annoying to face. This is definitely a Summoner Duels FEH matchmaking moment because I'm facing someone at 2,800 glory. I'm literally like double the tiers from them. So yeah, this is a reason why a lot of people really do not like this game mode, because the matchmaking is so bad. And I also faced this a lot when I was not in the high ranks and I was climbing. I would constantly face, you know, people with literally double my tiers. So they do have actually a pretty competent team here, and they do have Erosion Legendaries, so I've run into so many Erosion Legendaries. So I'm just gonna start by repositioning Seliph and breaking the obstacle here as they put their Shez there. So Seliph can go ahead and just kill this Shez easily. They also put their Yuri there, so that's why I did it. And I can just retreat a bit, and I'm gonna be ending my turn so that I can get the first action. So that's why I just ended my turn. Even though Duo Thorr is quite far away from the team, still I figured getting the first action is a lot better so that I can kill another one of their units. So I'm gonna be getting the first action because of ending my turn early, and I'm just gonna be able to kill their captain. They do try and attack with their Legendary Robin and Lucia for getting that kill, but I can just set up in a way so that I can go ahead and try and kill the Legendary Robin later on. Fomortiis is going to be protecting them with the far save against Duo Thorr. I do just reposition my Askr here, and Askr can just take out Legendary Robin easily. And then I can just position my Brave Chrom to take out that Lucia. And now there's only this lone Fomortiis left, even though he's a beast, both literally and actually. Brave Chrom is going to be killing him with that, and that is going to be the game. They definitely had a good team. They were probably climbing, but yeah, matchmaking of Summoner Duels really sucks. This is also another FEH matchmaking moment. I would also be livid if I faced literally double the tiers in terms of my opponents in Summoner Duels. So they've got their Python at plus and merge, quite invested. They also have Blue Feud on him, and then they also have a +10 Veld. Veld used to be good in the earlier days of Summoner Duels, like very early on, but he's not really all that good. And they also have Duo Chrom and this Riev at +10 merge with an AoE special. So another encounter with stall, which is going to be kind of annoying, and this is the exact reason why I wanted to place my Duo Askr away from Seliph at first. But that's fine, their team doesn't really have the highest threat range, so I can just manage from the second turn onwards. I just reposition my Seliph, and I also pop my Duo skill so that I can pre-charge the specials. And then I'm going to be making my way ahead and drawing back Askr so that I can have Seliph not be getting affected by this stalled status. So their Riev is going to be affecting my Duo Dagr with the movement, but that's fine. I'm just going to pop my Duo skill here. And they also pop their Duo skill just to stall a bit. So Duo skills are very useful for that regard, as you can just stall a bit just to see what your opponent does. I break the obstacle over here, and they also do that from there, which is not a very good move, as Seliph can just move there and kill Micaiah, and there's not much they can do. I mean, Python cannot really kill Brave Seliph. So I just retreat a bit, and I also kill their captain with my Brave Chrom, and they do have Riev in the range now, so Riev goes to kill my Seliph and also do some AoE damage to Duo Dagr in the process, but I can kill Riev and just retreat all the way. And Duo Chrom and Veld can only do much to Duo Askr. So I'm just gonna be stalling a bit so that they run out of their actions. And that's why I'm gonna use my Duo skill here. And they have limited actions with 2 units. They've already used their Duo skill, so I just end the action with my Duo Dagr and Thorr so that they exhaust their actions, and then I can just kill both of their units with my Duo Askr and Brave Chrom. So yeah, that was another match where the FEH matchmaking moment. So those were all of the matches except for one match where my opponent just surrendered before even the match began. They were probably coasting for their rewards, I would guess. So yeah, Seliph is extremely strong on this map along with Brave Chrom and Duo Dagr. Luckily, I didn't really run into too many Duo Thors, so it was not really all that annoying for my Seliph. That's one of the reasons why many people don't really use Seliph in Summoner Duels R that much, because Thorr is just really great, but a lot of people are not really using her in this season. So yeah, Brave Seliph definitely had his blast with this kind of Conga line. So I hope you all enjoyed. And if you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like and a comment, helps me tremendously. And if you really enjoyed, you could always support me directly by using super thanks down below or by becoming a YouTube member. And for more FEH videos, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell, because YouTube sub boxes are about as functional as Summoner Duels matchmaking. So with that, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.